Live.
Now we're live.
I needed to make that because there's this camera thing.
Yeah.
Technology.
Hello all together.
Yeah, we made it. Technology, we beat technology again.
No distance between us.
Yeah.
No channel, nothing.
We have the
Nothing.
Scottish teleporter that just
The Scottish and Canadian border and the German Scottish border.
Now we're live.
I needed
And
to
not
make
even
that.
the snow.
Oh, there's this camera.
Yeah.
Not even the snow stopped.
I made a mistake. I was
Not even
just
the
listening to
stopped.
our live YouTube, which was just coming in a little bit delayed because we needed to answer questions.
Which was
Hello from
strange.
Hong Kong. Hello.
Hello,
back.
Ming. How you doing?
Pretty late there.
Yeah, Arthur.
Arthur
Yeah,
also
the three
around.
amigos. We're back.
Yeah.
Live. In action. Ready to talk about some...
I need to get in the flow first. You know, we had a little bit of a tech hiccup here
Yes.
right now. Needed to get our row there this time here.
They decided not to play with us.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then 10 minutes before Dave was a
Oh, we're
little bit
sorted.
hectic and Magic Marcos, the tech fingers came in.
Tech fingers did it.
We got it all done. So, as Dave said, between the two of them, they shared a brain cell. And
We did.
figured it out. So, it's
We have joint custody of the brain cell. Marcus has it on Mondays and Wednesdays. I have it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. No one has it. No one has it on Friday. Yeah, this is us. This was us
All right.
fixing the road. Yeah,
Look at that, we got
That's
That
us.
was us just before.
yeah, that was David Marcus fixing the road.
Okay, back to, let's get more serious.
Yeah.
Well, we got a few people here. Chris from Toronto, hello, fellow Canadian,
And
and
Jean-François.
yes, from
coming
California.
in. Indeed.
Coming
So,
today,
around
today.
around the globe, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
We want full weather reports in the chat here.
Yeah, it's probably warmer in both. In California, it will be warmer than here,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, for sure.
So, the Autark Tourbillon.
Let's jump into some slides
see
which
where
I
we are.
prepared.
Mhm.
I'm the executing guy here right now. Let's make ourselves a little bit bigger.
There we go.
We see each other. And what we are talking about. Pre-order statistics.
Indeed. So we're now a couple of weeks into the launch phase. So we're going to have a look and see who's been buying what.
Yep.
See what colours have been popular, what combinations have been popular. Then, is there a new dial or is there not a new dial? Who knows?
Maybe. There's been a lot of requests.
Wait.
people-
I
Yeah.
have something for us.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, more.
we're gonna get.
I will no,
No.
but maybe yes.
But maybe yes.
But maybe yes.
Maybe yes. I'm
Maybe
pretty
yes.
sure there is something coming.
Indeed, I think there is, yeah. And then obviously we'll talk a bit about development, where we are, what's
Yeah.
happening, maybe
Yeah.
what's going to be here not too far in the future, and then have a bit of talk about pre-orders. But we'll maybe have some little surprise Christmas things we can talk about as well.
Yes, that's
Indeed.
correct.
So let's get into the statistics, will we?
Yeah.
Will we see who's buying what? Anyone any ideas in the comments? What one's selling the best? Well, here's an interesting breakdown. Just over half want power reserve, and just under half do not. So I think that justifies us having both power reserve and not. So that's kind of been, I think that was round about where we thought it might be, yeah?
Yep.
Roughly. By far and away we have a leader though, which is the grey dial with the anthracite movement, which obviously has the power reserve because the grey dial has only got power reserve at over 26%, so 26.5%. And the blue, no power reserve, but a really nice combination. Again, the blue and blue, probably quite predictable, I guess, from our combination, coming in at just over 20% as well. Then it all gets a bit more interesting with the diverse colour mixes, eh?
Mhm.
So we have the grey and the red, the black and the red, and the grey and the blue, both proving quite popular, you know, both in the double digits, and then it definitely drops off. But right hiding in the bottom, we have the black
Surprising.
dial with the anthracite movement, which, you know, is...
That's a rare one. That's a piece unique.
That, well, it's currently a piece non-existent rather than a piece unique, yeah.
Yeah,
But-
usually when you go through retail, that would be the thing which would have been bought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
From
exactly.
our history.
Yes.
And you have been in
Yeah.
retail, you
Yeah.
have been in retail, bicycle,
Yeah.
Sell clothing, they're like,
myself.
get us a ton of color so you create. When I worked in clothing, we had a SKU list of 14,500 SKUs per season. It's like, give us color. Okay, there's enough color there. What do they buy? Black.
Black.
Black shorts, black shirts.
yeah. But you
Black
know,
bicycles.
I'm kind of waiting for that first person to buy it. We should almost do it. We should almost do the first person to buy it, and then we remove it from sale. The lucky person that gets the only black and anthracite watch. But we'll see. Let's see if it keeps picking up.
So we have a look at all these
Let's have a look
combinations.
at the combinations, yeah.
Oh, we have black anthracite listed 2 times. That's probably because
Landon.
I did that. Yeah.
Was this 2 o'clock in the morning, Landon? You were doing
Yes,
this? There
that's
we go.
right.
There's the reasons.
Okay.
So
thanks.
this is by far and away the most popular. This is the one that all the original even renders and kind of ideas were based around this combination, and it's proven that it's been a popular kind of take on it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, this one at, as we said, just around 26.5% of people
And
have
second
gone with
is
this.
this.
Super classic combination.
And forgive me if I'm wrong sometimes with the
Andy has a sore
operating the
finger.
mouse because I have
Andy
a
broke-
problem with my finger here.
I need you to go back and change this to, it's the black with actually blue.
Oh,
And
Landon.
Dave, you're the one who sent me the numbers, all right?
Did you just
No.
not write them correctly?
It could have been your message.
Yeah. Transference of blame here. Yeah, I like it.
Black with what?
Blue. It's a
The
black
last
and
one,
blue.
the 0 one.
It should be
Yes.
black and blue, yeah, correct.
So we bashed retail unjustified.
Yeah, we just unbashed it.
There we
If they would
go.
go for the black, they would go for the blue, though.
Yeah,
You know.
but there we go. Black and blue.
Since we are so technically advanced, you know,
Well, look at that.
We went back
What
in time.
mistake? Did you see a mistake?
I didn't see
No,
any
no
mistake.
mistakes. No mistakes. You definitely didn't copy that wrong.
No, not at all.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go back into the coloured pictures, will we?
Yeah.
Show what they look like.
so
So we've seen this one, the most popular. Again, I think this blue, and personally for me, this is a great looking watch. Just classy, but with that little bit of colour on there as well. I think it's a great option. So yeah, plenty of
Blue
people
and blue.
tend to agree with me on that one. This one as well. This is a more interesting combination.
Yes.
Don't know.
I was actually surprised at those numbers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was as well. This wasn't.
but
one
that
struck
makes
me.
sense.
Yeah,
That makes a lot of sense, I think.
you think so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
from
It's
combination.
funny how different people think, isn't it, in terms of what they like as colours. You know, just
Yeah,
we
because
like
you
it,
have this
we don't like
gold
it.
thing, and then you probably can expect some red shining too. Or
Yeah, red and gold do one together.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Makes total sense, I think. Sorry.
Wrong way. We'll blame the finger.
Yeah,
There we
bring a
go.
finger. So then we have black and red.
This is a pretty punchy combination, this one, yeah.
Yeah.
And a few people have actually asked the question about the colour of the little markers, the coloured markers on the rehot ring, and also on the inside of the tourbillon
Yeah.
cutout.
Yeah.
And these are, it is red, but it's fair to say it's maybe more towards a terracotta red.
Yeah.
You know, it's not orange, but it's got an orangey tint to the red. And it is marked on these. A few people have asked, does that colour change as you change the movement? The answer is it does not. It is red, this reddy colour, no matter what colour.
I think
of
last time we
movement.
showed the color samples
We did.
for the plates,
did,
and there
correct.
will be a difference between what you print and what you plate. So,
Correct.
um,
But regardless of what movement you have, it will always have this red marks and the red insert on the tourbillon there as well. So that is how that one is. Quite a sporty looking one, that. Again, another classic combination, that one.
gray goes with everything.
It does, very much so.
Then
Obviously, as we bash the
Getting
retailers,
down.
but
Oh,
hey,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But to be fair, much further down than I thought it would have been.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
this would have been
and
to
just
me.
nobody should get us wrong. We understand it because you have limited inventory in a store, and what you want to buy is what you
Safe colours.
safe
Yeah.
sell.
Mm-hmm.
But the world has changed. The internet is around. People
Yeah.
know that there's other colors, and it's same like with sizing. You know, XL and L, S size. Nobody puts in his store, but the world consists of that.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
especially in our case, perhaps people who follow us and who are interested in us, yeah, they dare to buy something else than just having a big R
Yeah.
on the dial, you know, and that means they probably also look at things which are, yeah, a little bit less mainstream,
Yeah, a little bit
bit
left
more
field, yeah.
punchier, yeah.
Something left field, yeah, for sure. And then we
Okay.
get into, I guess, the more unusual colour combinations after this. Blue and grey, again, pretty safe to be honest, but
yeah.
the blue looks so much punchier. But, you know, so a few folk like in this colourway as well. Then obviously
Blue and red.
blue and red, yeah, I can see how it can work, but quite limited numbers on this
Yeah.
one so far, yeah. So not huge numbers of these in the wild. And then this is the
Yes.
one.
Yeah, so.
So come on, somebody out
I
there
had one
loves
of the
it.
slides. I mean, I did have this.
See here, oh, you did. So it was, you did mistake, Landon. Oh dear, he's admitted to it now.
Francois has one.
No,
He was on the black-
that was before we
Yeah,
made
okay.
the correction.
Okay,
It's the black
okay.
and
I
black.
just need to see
Yeah.
that. I see the comments here. Yeah.
Jean-Francois needs to switch his order now to this.
He needs to go to this, yeah, he
Yeah.
does. And then
Just send us an email. We'll switch it
send
up
us
for
an
you.
email, Jean-Francois. Yeah,
And
and
by
we'll
the
get this
way,
sorted.
are we okay on the sound? If anybody of our viewers can say something, thumbs up or something like this, or do we
Sound
have a
all
sound
right?
problem? Sound looks good, yeah.
Can
Okay,
people hear us?
Good.
Good.
All right. So before we go on to the next one, Andy.
Are we already in the danger
Well,
zone?
well,
We're
yeah,
in the
don't
danger zone.
slow down,
My-
Andy.
my finger.
Keep the finger away from the button.
Andy decided to almost slice his finger off.
Yeah, and I probably need this protector if I use
Yeah,
that thing. Probably Marcus can
Yeah.
bring me a finger protector.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll
Yeah,
tuck
just-
away here.
Oh, Landon's running away. We'll keep you.
The band-aid is so dirty that I cannot put it under the under the camera. XL, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold while
so-
we have some medical attention. But what we're going to show you next when we get there is,
It's something new.
as always, we get people writing in, telling us what they think, telling us what we should do, what we might like to do.
Color
and-
strap,
Yeah.
color rubber strap on, or color combinations. Yeah.
Well-
step by step.
Yeah, one of the big things is we have and we are working on a leather option for the
Yeah.
straps. That's something that we'll be able to show you in the future. And we go, Landon, you're back. And we have been asked quite a lot for rubber straps. The big challenge with rubber straps is you have to open tooling. It's much more kind of complicated, and there's a lot of kind of work and investment that goes into doing a rubber strap. That's not to say we're not going to do it. I think we just have to make sure that the volume would justify opening the tooling to do the rubber straps. And then if we do, the big debate will be what colours of rubber straps.
Yes.
We know orange, you don't need to tell us.
Yeah.
We're sure we'll get orange, but definitely blacks, blues, the safe colours as well will be in there. So, you know, I think that's definitely going to be one of the stretch goals. Will be
Yes.
hopefully rubber straps and leather straps. We've already kind of started work on that as well. But dials, Landon.
Dials.
Is it a colour folk kept asking us for, Landon?
I don't know. There's been some requests.
Is it fishy?
come
A
in.
bit fishy.
Yeah, you know, today I actually was in the supermarket and I wanted to have sushi
Did you?
for breakfast.
What-
I actually had sushi for
Did
breakfast.
you? What kind of sushi was it you had, Landon? Was
Well,
it cod?
I was on my way out here this morning. No, it wasn't cod.
No?
Now, you know, Canada would come from the ocean. But here,
Come from the ocean. Are you born in the ocean and you lose your tail and you come to shore?
Yeah, no, it was actually it was a salmon roll. I had.
Sam?
A salmon roll.
Salmon, you said?
Yes. Yes.
Have you ever seen a salmon dialed watch?
I might have.
Ah. Maybe, do you think the audience want to see a salmon dialed watch?
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Andy, can you?
Andy, is your finger working now?
Yeah.
It's seafood days today.
It's
eh?
seafood day.
Here we go.
So that's what we are looking at here.
This is what we're looking at.
Big
Make that
screen.
big there.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go. So today we are announcing an additional colour that's adding into the portfolio of colours.
In both power reserve
Both.
and
Exactly.
non-power reserve.
So both power
And
and
making the life of people harder.
Yeah. Decisions.
So
just-
decisions, exactly. And we honestly couldn't decide between the power reserve and no power reserve on this one, so we
Yeah.
went with both.
Yes.
Much to the dismay of people who like to create SKU codes, but we did it. We convinced it to happen. We are though only going to offer this dial colour with one movement colour, which is
Yeah.
anthracite,
Anthracite.
because it really is a great classy looking watch in this colour as well. And obviously these are the renders, and we're working with getting the colour of the salmon right, because as Sue says, it's really difficult to get the salmon you want. So hopefully in the coming time we'll be able to show you some samples of different salmon colours that you'll be able to see. And anyone that's ordered, don't panic, Mr. Mannering. If you like this more than what you've ordered, of course you'll be able
Can
to
switch.
And this is the first salmon dial we've ever done.
Yeah.
It's a completely new color for us, and we had talked internally if it would be the right fit. And when I first saw the renders,
Okay.
I said that, yeah, if I get it, that's the dial.
And we had some arguments.
Yeah, we
A
did.
few
Yeah.
little and not so little arguments.
We are not really the company digging in the past, and for
No.
me it's the salmon stuff. If it's not done well, it
looks like a dead
like
salmon.
a bad sushi.
Yeah, dusty.
Like a paled out sushi, and if you spray a little bit of soy sauce on top of it, black print, then you think you're really cool. And I don't like a lot of them. And Sue was the same, our big boss, and we said, yeah, really hard. That's a really hard one to pull off. But if we get this out like this, and I trust we will, sure there will be arguments. I mean, we will see samples coming in. We will have to do several versions to try to figure out to get where we want to be. But I think with this, how do you call that?
Like fume, yeah.
The fume
With the
kind of
darkening,
thing,
yeah.
and the grainy look. It will not look like an old sushi.
No.
It will look like one of the best
I think
As we
it's
see in the comments.
Norwegian style.
Yeah, some people like it smoked, some people like salmon raw with wasabi and kikkoman.
or you can have a smoked salmon on your wrist and your raw salmon on your plate.
There
You can have everything. You can have your cake and you can eat it.
When we talk about wasabi, that would bring me to green.
Yeah.
But you're getting
We
another
have the
problem
luminous
here.
right there. We have the wasabi right there.
Yeah.
It's almost as if you
Wasabi.
lined that up.
Yeah.
Wasabi loom.
Yeah, wasabi loom. There we go.
Wasabi loom. That's the
Now
new
with
thing.
wasabi loom.
But I
Watch
I
parties
personally
take that,
really like this. Yeah. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Dear Superluminova, we need wasabi coloured loom.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the salmon introduction.
So maybe we show it there, that one, Andy. So we have the
Again, yeah.
So this is
See
the
it
Power
from
Reserve
rear.
version of the dial with obviously the anthracite grey movement on there. Anyone that likes the Power Reserve, you have the option. And then the next slide along, I believe, is this one, which says, as we mentioned, if you want to change to salmon, no problem. Drop us an email, please, if you can. Give us your order number and your full name. The more details you can give us, it just makes our life much simpler to make sure we get it right. And we will update your order to salmon. If you've already placed the order, we'll obviously correct that in the background. Unfortunately, the system we have doesn't allow us to update your order confirmation, but rest assured, if you get a reply from us to say we've changed it, it will definitely be changed. And of course, we will communicate with you prior to what is being shipped to make sure that we have exactly your specification correct. So if you like it, do let us know.
And if you want to order it, if you haven't ordered your Autark Tourbillon yet, it's going to be going in the shop immediately after we end the stream.
Yep.
It'll be online and available for order in the shop.
Absolutely. And if you deal through any of our concierge around the world, whether it's in Taiwan or China or Singapore, the US, they all have access now on their system as well to this new colour, so you can do it through that as well. So yeah, I think I'm really pleased with this one. I really love it without the Power Reserve. That's my thing. I think that's a great looking watch. But
I need the Power Reserve.
you need the Power Reserve. See, 50-50. Always a 50-50. And we always have this
Is
big
the world
yeah.
always so fair?
Yeah, and we have, this is always a big argument, like some of us in the company are very much about Power Reserve, some
Yeah.
absolutely not. We have different ideas as well, much like you
It
guys.
is a little bit an Aura's thing, I have
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
Because when we conceptualized K1, I still remember we were arguing internally and said, yeah, I think that is a modern function because you probably do not wear it every day, you want to see how much is in. And that's where we started to do it. It turned out that it's not such an easy function to handle.
No.
I mean, it's very sensitive to tolerance issues and things like this. And but we are getting better and better in it. And it is, in the beginning that people said, yeah, it's an automatic watch, you don't need a Power Reserve. I said, yes, sure, I need it. I mean, we don't need a mechanical watch.
Sure. Absolutely.
Give me more function, please.
Yeah, and it's about different mindset. Not everyone is the same, and that's the beauty of what we do. We
Yeah.
do things differently, and we give people the options.
Yeah, and why did we do that? I mean, also I think it's, why do we now come up with a new color? Because we have been relatively satisfied with the first 2 weeks of being out in this project. The people are responding well. There's a lot of people who support us, and I think that was the main reason to say, that's probably something we owe the community now to add something like this to the selection, and it's going to be very exciting. What do people say here? The salmon that deserves a natural finish backside, just a mechanical finish on the back plate, which is not.
It's almost like a raw finish.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. Good. Just reading comments here.
Yeah, we're reading the comments. And obviously Landon has had a chat when he arrived with some of the guys in engineering and early production. And what are they saying, Landon?
So we'll go to the slide 19 there, Andy, and just a development stage update. So when people are wondering, where things are at, I was actually just speaking with Marcus, who's working on movement development at the moment. He has finalized all the parts. He's working through troubleshooting right now at the moment. And it looks like we're going to be on course to have the first physical movement complete in Q2 of 2024, which will continue to put us on track for
on-time delivery.
On-time delivery, yes. And then the case and dial prototypes will be completed in Q1 2024. So, we're almost in Q1 of that year, and things are moving along pretty quickly. So I would think somewhere around February-ish, somewhere in there, we should have something when it comes to dials and cases to show.
Yeah, and as we do these, we will have the dials to show you. And who knows, there may be some questions we have for you as well, when we have maybe a few different variations, especially with the salmon dial, because I know that Sue's asked them to do a few options.
Out of experience, the first shot, you always have an argument. Everybody has an opinion. They are like,
they're like,
say
they think
that
that everyone's got that one. Yeah,
everyone's got
everyone has one.
needs another
one.
So we needless to say, there will be iterations. There will be deviations from what a computer can generate, and very often, that was a risky part also last time, that people got used so much to some certain look, but reality is reality, and that's why it is interesting.
Even light, winter light, artificial
makes
lights,
things look different.
It really does play around with it.
We need to go through this process, and that's the exciting part of it. Case prototype, there are 2 sections where we see and know already that will be a challenging thing.
Absolutely.
There might be some adaptations we probably can expect already, and that's what we are looking at right now. How close can we get to what we want to have? But overall, I'm 100% sure that anything we do will come out very, very well.
Absolutely,
even if it's not always 100% as per a computer generated
and I think folk know this from the Super Seed GMT project. There was the finished product is so close to what the renders were, but there are subtle little
which is
differences.
anyhow crazy.
Exactly.
When you think about it,
we
just work on digital 3D data, photorealistic rendering, coloring, and then you get so close to what you get on a computer is insane when you think about it. Do that before. You need 3-4 times full real prototype runs to even get to something which you say, okay, let's work on that. And today this has changed with technology being available. We can't do that. So case and dial, I do not worry. It is a matter of getting there now, and de-risking the design, and also making sure that we can produce it properly. Because we also need to get it through production, and we lose too much parts, the suppliers have a problem, this kind of stuff. So we need to listen to the machine people, and that's the stuff we want to share with everybody. That's why making these watches is interesting.
And it's happening every day we're here, whether we're doing the likes of these or meetings or speaking to individuals like yourself. We just look out this window here and the screens are covered in the technical drawings of all of the stuff that's been put in the work into this watch and this movement. So things are definitely moving forward, and it's going to be exciting in the new year to start showing you stuff. Definitely exciting to start showing you stuff. We then move on to the next stage. So obviously this is just a kind of reiteration of the process in terms of how it works. So currently, if you buy today, anyone is paying 10,190 Swiss francs. Now that price for the vast majority of countries is inclusive of taxes, duties at your door. The FedEx guy is not going to be saying, hey, I want money before you get your watch, which is always a bit of a letdown sometimes when you buy online.
We have always have discussion also with FedEx because they're not used to that. There's a company taking care of their tax payments, because usually they say, dear online customer, give me your money and get the hell out of my way. I send you the stuff and then be surprised.
Then it's your problem.
Yeah. And I think this in a globalized world, that's not something which makes a lot of sense.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, we have a lot of trouble with that, but okay,
it's worth it though.
That's worth it, because at the end of the day, you pay what you get. Except when we have to deliver in a country where there's serious dumping.
Yeah, dumping levies and luxury tax.
Where all of a sudden you're added 40% or 50% tax, then everybody, I think, understands that.
And there's really only a couple of countries in the world that has that. But again, most of the clients in these countries are aware of that. So
and they usually contact us before.
Yeah.
And if someone looks at that and say, I'm coming from, I don't know, I think in India we know that it's a little bit challenging, or Argentina,
and we try to work with you.
Also,
obviously
Mexico
within the
is an
boundaries
issue.
of what we can do. Yeah.
So
we
then
do
people
that.
just contact us and say, is there a problem? We do the research.
Exactly.
And
see what we can do.
That.
Absolutely. So we've obviously added the salmon dial in there as well. As we mentioned at the very start, each week, every Tuesday, the price increases by 100 Swiss francs until we reach the final retail price point of 14,990 Swiss francs. You can obviously do full payment, or you can do our new tri-payment option. The tri-payment option is you have a deposit payment followed by a payment after 60 days of 3,500, and the final payment of 3,500 is due 30 days before the watch is ready to ship to you as well. Each time it goes up by £100, that extra is added to the upfront deposit payment as well. So the second and third payment will always remain at 3,500 there as well. Now, we are being pretty strict with this because we have to be fair. Everyone that came in early on, they put their money down without knowing as much detail as we even have today. But that said, if you paid for the watch and you decide you want to go to salmon, for example, it's absolutely no problem. You will not be penalised. You will not have to pay extra for today's price. You've already placed your order. That's just a simple tweak to your order, so no problem. The big difference if you pay upfront in full versus tri-payment is we will deliver all the full paid watches first, which I think is fair as well. And in addition to that, there's a couple of little additional bonuses. Your first service that your watch needs will be on us. This is not warranty service, this is your proper, I need to service my watch and look after my watch. That is a service cost that will be covered by us here at Autark for you. And when you get that done, obviously, we have the +2 warranty. So when you have your service done, it garnishes you an additional 2 years warranty on there as well. So there's a nice little addition into that as well. So the other thing is we're working on straps, and I believe if we're right, we get the extra strap. Is that right?
That's correct. On a full payment, yes.
I can answer that question. I can answer it in German also.
Do it in German, Andy.
Ja, because vielleicht bin ich der Einzige mit folgendem Wunsch. Sekundenzeiger aus der Mitte, wäre das technisch überhaupt machbar? Im Anbetracht der Höhe des Zentrumstubes und der derzeitigen Konstruktion wäre das so nicht machbar. Man müsste das extra konstruieren. Es geht natürlich, aber im Rahmen dieses Projekts geht es nicht.
Maybe for some of the audience in English.
Now we do it in English. So someone asked if it would be technically possible to have a center seconds hand. Something like this can of course be constructed, but given the height of the watch and the current construction, we want to be very low. We would have to add an additional hand, which would make it impossible to go up to reach below 9mm case height. We could do something like this later down the road, but we will not do that within this project.
The other thing that's worth pointing out here is obviously it would be to a degree redundant, because obviously with the tourbillon cage turning, you effectively have sub-seconds running anyway, because the tourbillon cage makes a rotation once every 60 seconds. And you'll maybe notice from the pictures, there's one of the screws is blued, which gives you an indicator marker. So effectively you already have that running seconds on the watch anyway. And as Andy mentioned, if you add that centre seconds, you increase the thickness. The only way that that would maybe make sense is if you were to have a dial that covered the tourbillon as well. But as the tourbillon cage is effectively flush with the dial, you would need to add, and I think we asked this question, it would be 4 millimeters it would add to the height of the dial to cover the tourbillon. So currently we are aiming for just under 9 millimeters in watch thickness. If we added a dial that covered the tourbillon and the centre seconds, let's say 4.5 to 5 millimeters, so suddenly your watch goes to 14 millimeters, which is a materially different proposition, I think, for most people. So hopefully that answers the technical question.
And technically, I'm not 100% sure how we can actually hide this center wheel, which you additionally need to drive.
Yeah,
I'm not 100% in the design, because in the K2 movement, which is the base, we actually have a very unique construction.
Yeah.
We are I think the only movement design in the industry which has a center second and a small second, driven by the same gear train.
Exactly.
That is a really innovative design. I'm not sure if this was realized here also.
Probably the geometry is too difficult with the...
Yeah, usually you have an indirect second then.
Yeah.
So you need to drive it indirectly. This means when you drive something indirectly, you need to put brakes on it, and that sucks power reserve. So when you see, for example, you buy a traditional small second movement, let's say from Celita, that means that there is actually a module on top, which has to be slowed down to avoid the play of the hands. And we got around this with some pretty good design work. And but here it wouldn't have made sense to add this complexity to the whole system.
You know, aiming for this sub 9 millimeters, that's a big task in itself already. There's not a huge number of this kind of style of watch in that kind of sphere of thickness. So that's our big challenge, and we don't want to throw anything in there that's going to materially change that either. So I think that covers most things. The Autark.
Yeah, but you know, we have a little bit of a Christmas or holiday special going on here, because we're talking about movements. We're on. We first of all we have K1, we have K2, and we have KTOU, the tourbillon, and now we have the micro rotor tourbillon. And as we evolve, we're looking at what we've created in the past, and we've made the decision that K1, the project in which we started this entire movement journey with, is now going to be retired from the line. And those watches, we're going to run a little bit of a holiday special on those. We just had...
I'm prepared for that.
Andy's prepared for it, and we just ran a new video on YouTube on solar wind, and we'll have a few other videos coming up here covering the Autark T5, the Autark HV, as well.
If people want to know what's going on here, you know. So that's where we came from. K1, then K2 was our long-running project. Then there was this tourbillon movement, and then the next one, that is actually 95 pieces sold
in 7 days.
In 7 days. So that is the reason why we actually added this salmon dial, and that also, please spread the word. We have nothing against selling more of these watches, because this will bring in our funds, and this will fund all our engineering, and we will make more nice stuff. That's a very simple logic behind it.
And it allows us to develop and build out, and you know, we're really flattered as well, because you know that shows there's a lot of people out there that are obviously enjoying and liking what we do and are supporting us along the way as well. So that's a huge big thing as well.
That's interesting reason why the center second, because often he's traveling with public transport, and you always look at the second. In Switzerland, the trains are very precise. I'm not sure how they are in Germany.
Not so good in the UK either. If you have, as long as you have an hour hand in the UK, you're going to be okay with the trains. Not so much to the second. But yeah, hopefully that answers some of the questions there. But back to the promotion. What's
Back to the
Christmas-
promotion. So
the Christmas promotion?
Andy's got a couple of solar winds there.
Yeah.
On the table. Maybe
Let
we'll
me switch.
have a little
I
look
need
there.
to switch things here now. Yeah. Please wait a second. Face, please. May I check?
There we go.
So earlier this week, because we have limited quantities based on existing K1 watches, we sent out a newsletter to anybody who's purchased or donated from Mirage with a 25% voucher, on K1 movement watches, and people have been snapping them up, and we're going to be opening that up now since our with the customer loyalty that we've had. They've now purchased the watches, and so we're going to be opening that up until February 1st. And you'll be notified via newsletter, so sign up, and we'll give you the code to make the most of getting one of these soon-to-be very rare watches.
Obviously, we have a limited amount of K1 stock, K1 movement powered watches that are built and ready to go. And it's important to say that any of the watches that are in this promotion, they're only the K1 powered movement watches. Unfortunately, it doesn't count on the K2 or the Tourbillons. But any of the watches that you see that are in this promotion are also available to be shipped within a couple of days. The watchmakers will give them a check, we'll do some timing checks, and we'll do some power reserve checks just to make sure everything is absolutely perfect, and then the watches will be on the way. So if anybody fancies treating themselves for Christmas, this is the time.
Does anybody want to know where the name SolarWind comes from?
It's in the video, but you can explain. But first, people are saying we have a big echo on the mic right now.
Okay.
Not quite sure what's going on there. Might have to move it a little bit closer, or talk a little bit closer. Maybe there's something going on with the mic stream.
Echo currently.
Obviously that's Gerard there saying we've got an echo. Is anyone else hearing an echo as well?
Yeah.
Big echo. Oh, big echo. Big problem. Technology.
Is there another
maybe
mic
to do with
going
the camera?
on?
It's okay, yeah.
What's the data saying?
It's a little bit peaking perhaps.
Yeah, drop the decibels a little.
Yeah.
Are we getting any more improvements, or are we still having an echo?
Shall I take out one of the microphones?
Could do. Yeah. Yeah, we'll take that guy out and we'll just share this one here. We'll talk a little bit louder.
Share one microphone.
Hopefully this one works.
Yeah, so somebody's asking how does the solar wind, the smaller one, where on a man's wrist it's 33 millimeters, and maybe Dave will put it on here.
Dave's not so manly wrist.
Yeah. Still an echo going on here. It's probably your computer mic on there, Andy. That's the only thing I can think about.
Pass me the small one, please, Andy.
It happened when you changed things.
Maybe we need to go back to take this camera out. It might be this camera.
Yes.
So.
Could be when we switch to the top-down camera. Yeah, can you just flip out of that? Is that better now? Let's see if this is
better. A blue slider popped across the screen and then it started to echo.
Okay, wow, the fun, joy of live
The fun
stream.
begins. Technical support,
We're
please.
not talking about watches anymore, we're talking about echo. Yeah.
So, on the main camera, this is the 33mm. Landon, hold your headphones in. This is the 33mm on David's wrist. So, not ridiculously small by any stretch. I prefer a larger watch, but that's the 33. And as a comparison, we'll go to the larger version.
Okay, this is better now, Andy.
Or better now, so it must be the camera.
Echo is gone.
Good.
Good.
This is the larger one on David's wrist.
Ooh.
So putting them side by side, which will be probably quite awkward, but let's try it anyway.
We're good. Echo's
Yeah.
gone.
There
You can put your mic
is,
back on there if you want.
there is the size difference for
I think it's okay, huh?
Yeah.
Microphone
anyone
wise.
that's asking.
But the 33 actually looks quite good. It's a good size. Yeah.
I think if I was looking for
Can
maybe
we
a
try
dressing
again
watch,
just one more time? I would like to see if the echo is coming back so that I at least know
Okay.
it for next
So
time.
We're going to-
we're going to switch to the top-down camera.
Yeah.
Let us know if the echo
let us know if the echo is back.
We're just doing an experiment.
Gerard, is there still an echo, my friend, or are we
Now?
good?
Now it should be good.
Okay, so
Good now.
And the main difference between the larger and the smaller solar wind is the power reserve indicator.
Correct.
There's a power reserve indicator on the large one just because there's a space for that. And this Andy, you were going to tell us before we had the echo interruption where
where does the name come from?
Yeah.
Screen face.
Echo is
1
back,
second.
Andy. Echo is back.
Echo's back.
Echo is back. Now echo is gone, I guess.
No, we just got echo is back.
No, I
Top
changed.
down cam causes echo.
Okay, that's not good.
Yeah.
Right. Windows 11.
Windows 11. Let's
I
play
changed.
Windows.
I changed to Windows 11. I tried everything, but couldn't hear
Mic-
that.
Is it a microphone
Um,
built in? No.
No, there is
Okay.
usually no microphone.
Turn that camera off.
Yeah, we need to turn this camera off. It's not good.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, the name comes from that.
It's good now without echo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
I'm
got
going
it
again. So it must be the camera. We will. Technical support will be on the case.
So solar wind.
Yeah, that's, you know the guy? Yeah, it's the evil guy in Star Wars. Count Dooku sailing on his solar wind ship. Do you still remember that scene? It's one of the best scenes in the Star Wars thing. That's where solar wind as a name
Yeah.
came from. Yeah.
There we go.
Just to say where the history comes from.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that much Star Wars. I'm
You
sure I'm gonna get grief for it in the comments.
we can for not watching Star Wars.
But no, I remember the first time I saw Star Wars. It was at a drive-in movie theater, Red Deer, Alberta, Canada, and there was a slide. That's how young I was. There was a slide in the movie. was
Baby
going on at
Landon.
a drive-in.
Baby
That wasn't a
Landon.
baby. Just a little guy running around. Yeah. But yeah, it was exciting times back then. Drive to the theater.
Drive through theater. That's good
There
stuff.
we go.
Yeah, we are somehow short today in time. right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's about it.
No need to.
Anyone?
stretch
Anyone?
it.
Any questions before we go? Any queries on the Autark or indeed on the kind of Christmas offer we have? We are here to answer your questions.
Yes. So, if you want to switch over, send us an email, lostintime@orage.com, and we will update your order. If you use our
Absolutely.
order number.
And we will confirm back to you once it's done, so you know it's all good, and you'll have a record in your email.
And the shop is now live with the salmon color dials. I was playing around here while these guys were blabbering away, and managed to get them live.
Good.
And the website will also have them at orage.com. You'll just be able to click through to the shop there. So thank you, everybody.
Absolutely, and we'll see you
next
in
time-
2 weeks from now. Oh no, that's Christmas, isn't it?
Yes,
Do you want to do this in Christmas?
Why not?
Andy wants
It might be very drunk live cost if we do it on Christmas, to be honest. But
Is that really? That would be the 21st. Christmas is.
Oh, no, it's 21st.
It's a Sunday this time, huh?
yeah, it's a Monday, isn't it? Christmas is a Monday.
For the Germans, it's the 24th. For the British, it's
25th,
25th.
Yeah.
So,
Sunday, Monday.
yeah.
So we both do each other's Christmas, so we have 2
Yeah.
days.
There we go.